Hello everyone, it's Keira and welcome back to my channel. So today is a little bit of a different one and I'm mixing my two worlds, which are Formula 1 and football, together. So as you've seen by the thumbnail and the title of this video, I am making my starting 11 from the Formula 1 grid. So if you're not familiar with football, or whatever you call it in your country, soccer, you know, whatever you like to call it, you have a starting 11 on the pitch. You have your goalkeeper and then you have 10 players on the pitch. So I have got my formation in 4-3-3 and I'm going to be going through all of the players and putting in the Formula 1 grid as if they were footballers. I've actually thought about this. I've put them in correct positions on the pitch depending on where I think they'd go, which correlate to their driving abilities. I really thought about this, so I hope you do enjoy it. Before we get on into it, please be sure to give it a big thumbs up. Do not forget to subscribe to my channel down below. But other than that, I just think we should get on into it. Okay, so as I said earlier, I've got a 4-3-3 formation. Firstly, I'm going to start off obviously with my goalkeeper, and I have put that as Alex Albon. Alex Albon, I think, is going to be a good one because he's tall. Okay, you can't be putting like Valtteri Bottas or Yuki Tsunoda into goal. It's just not going to work. You need a tall person who's going to be able to, you know, dash off any balls that come their way. And I think Alex Albon would be a very good one. I think he's quite strong as well. He's not like Esteban Ocon, say. I feel like Alex Albon's got a little bit more to him. I think he just looks like a goalkeeper. I reckon if you put him in goalkeeper like attire, he could do that. So for my right back position, I have put Fernando Alonso. Now, as we know, the modern day fullbacks are very different to say 20 years ago. We've really got players that are pushing it forward and they are attackers as well as defenders, and they create a lot of assists and things like that. So that's why I put Fernando Alonso there, because he's a great defender. As we know, he can defend for his life, but also he is a great attacker and he's not afraid to send it. And that's why I just think if you to imagine him on a football pitch, he could just beautifully do both of those things. So I feel like he would just be the perfect fit. He's the perfect right back. And then for my left back, similarly to Fernando Alonso, I have put Daniel Ricciardo. Now I'm kind of thinking of more of the Daniel Ricciardo from Red Bull days. We know he hasn't quite picked it up since he's been at Renault and then at McLaren, but we know he's a great defender and he can also send it. That's the one big thing, send it. You know, you need that with a left back. You need someone to be able to send it, and Daniel Ricciardo can do that. And I feel like as much as he hasn't shown that in the last couple of years, we know it's still in him and we have seen this before. So he is going to complete my fullbacks. Okay, so I've got two centre backs now, and the first one is going to be Esteban Ocon. Now, this is purely because he held off Sebastian Vettel for that win at the Hungarian Grand Prix last year, like his life depended on it, okay? I have not seen that man defend like that before. But maybe he does do that in the midfield. I feel like Esteban Ocon and Alpine in general were a team that kind of got brushed under the carpet last year a little bit with Formula 1. And I feel like maybe they are doing these magical things with defending that we just don't know. But the way he defended from Sebastian Vettel the whole race, like Sebastian was close to him the whole race. I mean, he was within like a second and a half for like a good 20 laps, but Esteban really held his cool and he defended. So it might be a different one to what people would have expected, but in terms of that defense, I'm gonna put Esteban Ocon there. And my other centre back is going to be Sergio Perez. Now, we all saw Abu Dhabi. We saw Sergio Perez holding off Lewis Hamilton, like, again, his life depended on it, and really helped out Max Verstappen in that race. And I can't even lie to you, Sergio Perez has done some dodgy defending in his time as well. Can you remember when he like pushed, it was one year it was Esteban Ocon into the wall before going up Radion, no Rouge, and he also done it to Pierre Gasly. But you know what, sometimes I feel like you need that fire in your defender and in your centre back where they will just make a tackle, you know, and they will just try and get that ball off of that attacker's feet. So that's why I'm going to say Sergio Perez will fit that role nicely. Okay, so moving on to my three in the midfield now. I have got two attacking midfielders and one defensive midfielder. Now, starting with my attacking midfielder, I have gone with Pierre Gasly. As we know, I'm a big Pierre Gasly fan, and I think Pierre would just be a good one. I feel like he is somebody that's not like an out and out real attacking driver, and I feel like he's not somebody that's gonna like push. He's not got like exactly that, but he is a very fast driver and he will attack when he needs to. He's a very calm and controlled driver, and I feel like that could be a good position to be in if you were an attacking midfielder. So that's why I thought maybe Pierre Gasly could fit into that role. I mean, I think Pierre's very interested in football. I don't know how much he plays it, so it'd be interesting to see where he does play on the pitch. But I feel like if I was to put an attacking midfielder in, Pierre Gasly. Now for my defensive midfielder, I have said Lando Norris. Now I know that is a little bit of a weird one and I don't overly have an explanation for this. I mean, can you really see Lando Norris being the holdout for the back four. I don't know. I really needed to put him somewhere. I really wanted Lando Norris on here. And he is a good defender. I have seen him defend before. And a lot of the times he does defend in that mid-pack again when we don't quite see it. So I think he'll be good at it. I mean, it would have been good to put him as an attacking midfielder, but I just feel like, I don't know, a central holding midfielder might just be a little bit better. But that's kind of where I'm going to put him. I don't know, I don't really have an explanation for that one. If you can think of someone better, let me know in the comments. And my other attacking midfielder is Carlos Sainz. Carlos Sainz for me, on track, is just magnificent. And I could easily have put him in the front three going forward. But you know, I haven't. I have just put him as an attacking midfielder because again, he kind of is. He is the midfield of the Formula One pack and he is an attacking driver. So I feel like he would fit quite nicely there. And coming onto my front three, for my left winger, I have got George Russell. George Russell is such a good driver. He's an attacking force. I know it's not something that we've seen so much in Formula One, but if you did follow Formula 2, Formula 3 when George was in there, or GP, did he win GP3? Did he win? I think he won GP3. No. Yeah, I think he won GP3. Wow, it's been so many years, I just can't even. I've been watching this sport for way too long. Anyways, left winger, yeah, I feel like George would be very good up there. I think, as we know, he's learnt from Lewis. He's learnt from the best. I think he's a great attacking and he's a great forward driver. And obviously, I've got to take into account he is in that Mercedes this year. And I do believe that Mercedes are going to be very strong this year, as they have been every other year ever. So that's why I'm thinking George Russell is going to be a good left winger. Now for my out and out striking position, I have given it to Lewis Hamilton. Who other could you give it to than the GOAT? I don't think it would fit anybody else just to put him to the sidelines. You know, he is the greatest of all time in Formula One. He's a very fast driver. He's not afraid to make a move. He's not afraid to attack. And I think that's what you want on your pitch. You don't see Lewis, I mean, you do see Lewis Hamilton defending, but like, I feel like he's more known to just be the person that goes. So that's why I'm thinking that Lewis Hamilton's going to be my main striker. And for my right winger, I have said Max Verstappen. Max Verstappen had to be on here. He's such an attacking driver. He's such a forceful driver. He's somebody that will just go out and he doesn't care. Now, you could have easily have put him maybe in like the midfield or somewhere, because obviously I think he would be great at tackling. I think, as I said, he's not afraid to get in there. But I feel like I would just rather have him as more of an out-and-out goal scorer. So that's why I think I've put him on the right wing. I mean, he could have easily have swapped places with Lewis, and I probably could have done that. Maybe, you know, Max could be the out-and-out, you know, middle man, if you will. But I feel like he would be better, his passes in, and I just feel like he'd be better up on the side. I don't know, I feel like a right winger might fit quite nicely for Max Verstappen. So there we have it. That is it for today's video, and that is my starting 11 if I made it up from the F1 grid for 2022. Obviously, there are some drivers that didn't quite make it. I'm sure they're on the subs bench. We do need subs, so they'll be there. If you did enjoy the video, please be sure to give it a big thumbs up. And if you do want to see more football content from me, then let me know down below. Obviously, I've mixed the two together here, but if you want some more football content or anything like that, I would love to hear from you, because I'm going to spice it up a little bit this year. I'm going to do what I want. But yeah, like this video, subscribe if you are new, comment down below where you would put each driver. I'm really interested. I want to see your formations. I want to see, obviously, different formations. You don't have to do a 4-3-3. You could do a Ralph Rangnick and do a 4-2-2-2. You know, you can do whatever you want. But yeah, other than that, I'm gonna go. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.